Waking up to the smell of fresh coffee is ruined the second you have to listen to what sounds like a lawnmower tearing apart your beans. Pre-ground coffee loses its magic in a matter of days, but most home grinders either wake up the whole neighborhood, leave you with a dusty, uneven mess, or turn into an absolute nightmare to clean out. Today, we are going to fix your morning ritual by finding the perfect machine that turns whole beans into a flawless brew without the usual headaches. Wait until you get to the one that surprised me most. It completely changes how grinding actually works. After digging into motor reliability, blade design, grind consistency, and how easy they are to live with at 6 in the morning, I have narrowed it down to 5 options. We are looking at machines chosen specifically for different routines, whether you are rushing out the door, trying not to wake the baby, or switching between coffee and dinner spices. Let us dive right into the lineup and find your match. This is a highly unconventional electric grinder designed for anyone who is absolutely exhausted by the uneven chop of traditional flat blades. Instead of using standard metal blades that spin blindly, it uses a unique internal mechanism that taps and breaks down the beans. This gives you surprising control over the texture just by adjusting how long you press down. Picture your typical morning rush. You push down the top cap for a quick pulse, and instead of getting a bitter fine dust at the bottom and whole untouched beans floating at the top, the dynamic tumbling action gives you a much more uniform consistency, which is absolutely perfect for your morning French press or drip machine. This device is ideal for people who value sheer speed and want a consistent coarse to medium grind without dropping hundreds of dollars on a massive burr setup. However, it is not recommended for hardcore espresso purists who need microscopic dial precision for their expensive portafilters. When you compare it to standard cheap blade grinders that trap coffee in the corners of a small plastic lid, this unique design keeps everything moving, preventing the dreaded jammed motor. It completely eliminates the ridiculous frustration of having to vigorously shake your grinder mid-cycle like a cocktail shaker just to get the top layer of beans chopped. The only soft limitation is that because of its distinct shape, it does take a couple of tries to get used to the push-down activation if you are used to just flicking a switch. Ultimately, if you are tired of the traditional blade flaws and want something that feels surprisingly modern, this is a brilliant daily driver. If it fits you, you have got the Wocket Grinders KLR as number 1 in the description right below. But if your biggest morning issue is the noise, the next one is exactly what you need. This is a compact stainless steel electric grinder built specifically for early risers who share a home with light sleepers. The primary focus here is advanced sound dampening, meaning you can grind fresh beans at dawn without sounding like an active construction site in the middle of your kitchen. You wake up an hour before your family, pour your favorite medium roast into the chamber, and press the button. The motor hums with a muffled, low-frequency sound, letting you brew a fresh pot while the rest of the house sleeps peacefully. It is absolutely ideal for parents with infants, apartment dwellers with thin walls, or anyone who just hates jarring loud noises before their first cup of coffee. It is not recommended for high-volume batch brewers who need to grind a whole bulk bag of coffee at once, as the chamber is strictly scaled for daily personal use. Compared to typical hollow plastic models that act like acoustic amplifiers for spinning blades, the insulated stainless steel body here actually absorbs the high-pitched whine of the motor. It tackles the anxiety of waking up your partner or your kids, and prevents the annoying static cling that often happens with cheaper plastic housing. The heavy-duty sound insulation does make the unit slightly bulkier and heavier than a standard flimsy travel grinder, so it is meant to live comfortably parked on your counter. For anyone who values peace and quiet as much as they value a fresh brew, this completely changes the morning dynamic. It is number 2 on my list, the Silent Electric Stainless Grinder. I will leave the direct link below so you do not have to dig through Amazon. This is a premium aesthetic countertop grinder built for those who treat their kitchen appliances as long-term investments. It combines heavy-duty motor reliability with a gorgeous, durable build, ensuring that your grinder outlasts cheap supermarket alternatives by years. You leave this beautifully designed unit sitting out on your counter right next to your espresso machine. When you need a quick grind, the clear top cover lets you watch the beans break down exactly to your preferred coarseness, giving you visual control over the perfect pour-over consistency. It is ideal for design-conscious coffee drinkers who want dependable, everyday performance from a legacy brand they already trust. On the flip side, it is not recommended for budget shoppers looking for the absolute cheapest throwaway option to take out on a weekend camping trip. Most entry-level grinders feel hollow and rattle aggressively when turned on, but this model features a heavy, solid base that stays firmly planted on your countertop without dancing around while in use. It solves the common issue of flimsy activation switches that break after a few months, and it uses incredibly sharp stainless steel blades that actually cut the beans cleanly rather than just smashing them into bitter dust. Because it is a premium-built device from a well-known household brand, you are paying a slight premium for the name and the beautiful exterior finish. If you are building a matching, high-quality kitchen setup and want a grinder that feels incredibly solid in your hands every single morning, this is the one to get. If you want to go for it, look for it as number 3 in the description, the KitchenAid Blade Grinder in Onyx Black. And if that profile is not yours, especially if you hate the cleanup process, the next one might be exactly what you need. This is a highly versatile home grinder with a removable grinding cup, tailored for people who like to frequently switch between coffee, spices, and seeds. The entire grinding bowl unlocks and lifts right out of the motor base, allowing you to pour out your grounds easily and wash the bowl directly in the sink. Let us say you grind aromatic dark roast coffee on Monday, but on Tuesday you need to grind toasted cumin seeds for dinner. You just twist the cup off, wash it out thoroughly under the tap, and you never have to worry about your morning coffee tasting like last night's curry. It is wonderfully ideal for home cooks and multi-beverage drinkers who demand a hygienic, multi-purpose tool for their daily kitchen tasks. It is not recommended for minimalists who only drink pre-ground coffee and just need a tiny device strictly for occasional flax seeds. Unlike fixed bowl grinders where you have to awkwardly wipe the inside with a damp paper towel while trying not to get the power cord wet, this detachable system makes maintenance totally effortless. It completely eliminates the risk of water damaging the motor during cleaning and stops cross-contamination of strong flavors dead in its tracks. The detachable mechanism does mean there is an extra locking step before you can press the power button, so you have to make sure it is seated correctly to engage the safety switch. For those who want maximum flexibility and a stress-free cleanup routine, this incredibly practical design is a massive time saver. Check it out as number 4 directly in the links below, the AMZCHEF Detachable Home Grinder. This is a classic, high-capacity workhorse grinder designed for busy households that drink a lot of coffee every single day. It focuses on pure simplicity and volume, allowing you to grind enough beans for a full 12-cup pot in just a matter of seconds. You have family visiting, or you are prepping for a long workday from home. You load up the generous stainless steel bowl to the top, hold the switch, and in less than 10 seconds, you have a massive pile of fresh grounds ready to fill your large drip machine filter. It is ideal for people who host often, families with multiple heavy coffee drinkers, or anyone who likes to batch prep their grounds for the next few days. It is not recommended for solo drinkers who only need a tiny scoop of beans for a single cup of delicate pour-over coffee, as the large bowl works best when reasonably full. While many modern grinders overcomplicate things with digital screens or delicate touch buttons, this model relies on a rugged, tactile on and off switch that is built to withstand years of daily abuse. It spares you the tedious chore of running multiple small batches just to make one large carafe of coffee, saving you precious minutes during the morning rush. The robust motor and high-speed blade combination is not the quietest on the market, meaning you will definitely hear it working its magic all the way across the house. If you value straightforward, heavy-duty performance and need to process a lot of beans quickly without any fuss, this is an undisputed classic. You can grab this proven powerhouse for yourself as number 5 right down in the description, the Cuisinart Stainless Steel Grinder. You no longer have to settle for stale pre-ground coffee or frustrating machines. For unconventional speed, the Wocket is your best bet. For early risers needing quiet, the silent stainless model is a dream. If durable build quality matters, the KitchenAid perfectly matches your kitchen. For switching between coffee and spices, the detachable AMZCHEF makes cleanup a breeze. And if you brew large pots, the Cuisinart handles high volume effortlessly. Head down to the description to use the direct links and grab the one that fits your routine. Please subscribe so you never miss our upcoming gear comparisons. Now, if you already know which grinder you want, the next question is how to store your expensive whole beans so they do not go stale in a week. We cover exactly that in our next video, so stick around.